Hi, everyone. The first thing I'd like to tell you is to watch these videos until the end. You might come across a few surprises, or you might simply have a bit of fun, and even pure fun, if that's what you get, is worth it, right? I should probably give you the same clarification as in the previous video about my use of artificial intelligence, but I consider all of you intelligent people, perfectly capable, if you wish, of finding the explanation in the earlier videos. So I'll skip it and spare you the lecture. I'd like to explain why I decided to create these videos. A desire to be in the spotlight? Absolutely not. A need to vent? Probably yes. Actually, definitely. There are certain things I cannot say in the place where I live. Here I can. Even if for me, it's very dangerous. I could create, let's say, some problems. Not for you who are watching, absolutely not. But definitely for my military career. I could be, how do you say here, discharged. Even though things work quite differently where I come from. Dishonorably discharged. That's something I learned from some of the movies I've watched during my stay here. It's not an expression we use back home. We have other methods. Definitely far less pleasant. As I was saying, the reasons why I'm making these videos. The most important one is my passion for tennis. As I mentioned, I was a professional tennis player until the day I turned 30. The day after my birthday, I had to retire and enlist. I had no choice. But it's like that for everyone, both men and women. At least that's how it works where I come from. Some of you might say, but didn't you say you were Italian? In Italy, what you're claiming doesn't exist. There's no such obligation. It has never existed. And you're absolutely right. But never say never, as they say. I hinted at this in the previous video. Does that ring any bells? Am I crazy? A fool? Or worse? Am I here to mock you? Am I making everything up? You decide. Anyway, turning 30 is a reset. A total reset. More than total, if you know what I mean. Forget what you've done before and move on. That's the mantra they drilled into us. At least, as far as I remember. But not everyone wants to forget or is capable of forgetting. I'm definitely not. Even the few dreams I remember in the morning are disturbed by tennis. Yes, disturbed is the right word. I'll explain that in the future. As I was saying, I'm here to understand. To understand what's happening to your tennis. In my opinion, you've planted the seeds for a complete decline of our beloved sport. I'm not talking only about technique, but about organization, especially organization. I'm not pointing fingers at you who are listening. Clearly, it's not your fault. You're just dealing with the situation. Why am I speaking directly to you who follow this channel and not others? Because here I won't find, at least I hope, not just 14-year-olds who have never known anything other than the modern, current tennis. But I will find those who have followed and appreciated tennis from the beginning of the professional era through the 80s and 90s. What I believe is the greatest period our beloved sport has ever gone through. I'm more than sure I'm not the only one who thinks this. There are many of us, just with very little voice. Of course, there are exceptions, and there will surely be others in the future that shine in what I call the new tennis. But everything now is so deeply different. Flat, moderately flat. Yes, maybe that's the most accurate term that comes to mind right now. Moderately flat. I like it. I should write it somewhere. And also, predictable. Yes, definitely predictable. Anyway, something went wrong. For sure. And many things I see aren't normal. Even when I watch tennis on TV, many things simply aren't normal. That's all for today. See you next time. Greetings to everyone.